Although it's not until the day before Halloween, October 30th, that Mars goes retrograde at 25 degrees Gemini, we're already feeling its effects months ahead of time. Mars retrograde can inflate a situation with a sense of urgency, and as it also tends to inflate egos, aggressive moves become more probable. Mars retrograde can favor a bullying aggressor if other players in the situation don't step up to the plate and confront the aggressor out of an excess of caution. But this is the trap that Mars retrograde can lure you into. It looks like you're winning by being aggressive, when actually you've royally screwed up. I'm Marie Sheppel with Global Trends and Cycles, and I have a forecast that hopefully will help you avoid messing up under Mars retrograde in 2022. Mars is out of bounds as he goes retrograde this year. Being out of bounds is a condition involving the declination of a planet. When its angle with the equator exceeds that of the ecliptic, the apparent path of the sun around the Earth. A planet being out of bounds is a planet exhibiting the wildest behavior of what it's associated with. Mars out of bounds will ramp up selfishness, crudeness, and combativeness, and perhaps even ruthlessness and violence for those who steer towards those extremes. This is a Mars who doesn't care who he offends or how much he offends them. It's like shooting the moon at your high school principal when he calls you into his office to reprimand you for writing nasty graffiti about him on the bathroom wall. Granted, much behavior falls into this out-of-bounds category nowadays. This time is different. Why? Because when Mars returns to direct motion in January 2023 at 8 degrees Gemini, he is on the contra-anticyon of the position of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that occurred in January 2020 at 22 degrees Capricorn. Thus, Mars going direct in January will trigger that Saturn-Pluto conjunction all over again. Saturn-Pluto means the authority being offended is much higher up the food chain than your high school principal, and has a correspondingly higher degree of power to duct tape your lips shut permanently. If you've overdone it with offensive or even cruel behavior in the past, this Mars retrograde may bring retribution for past wrongful deeds. So, just a warning to all you supposedly bold and brazen types out there. Stifle yourself. Your life, or at least your current job and future employment prospects, may depend on it. This triggering of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction makes this Mars retrograde an especially sensitive and heavy period. This Mars retrograde is not the time to be bold. It is a time to be humble. And for everyone else, stay home. Why put yourself in the line of fire? This Mars retrograde may increase criminal activity and random violence significantly. And as Mars is in Gemini, as he is retrograde and out of bounds, those who like to contradict and argue with others will be in top form. So it's best to avoid anyone who may try to bait you into a discussion about controversial subjects, such as politics, religion, or conspiracy theories, especially the latter, as Mars is squaring Neptune as he goes retrograde. Mars retrograde tends to mess with people's careers and their work lives. Why? Because Mars rules ambition, competition, and initiative, all of which apply to the working world. Mars retrograde is a frustrated fellow, and he can put delays and obstacles in the way of your plans. And this Mars is retrograde in Gemini, creating havoc with miscommunication, double meanings, and sudden changes to plans, and perhaps even outright deception, again due to that Mars-Neptune square. Whatever occurs, as Mars appears to begin to slow down and go backwards, could have a serious backlash when Mars returns to direct motion due to that Saturn-Pluto configuration. This is why it's imperative to be on your best behavior, especially at work, to be patient, and to accept apparent setbacks graciously. Authority figures in your life are watching you, making a list and checking it twice to see if you deserve any Christmas presents this year, such as promotions, raises, bonuses, or even to stay in your current job, or in extreme cases, to avoid a prison sentence. It's been my observation that we tend to feel the effects of Mars retrograde the most before the planet even goes retrograde, several months prior. That's especially true in 2022, as on August 1st, we had the rare triple conjunction of Mars, Uranus, and the North Node in Taurus, which is followed by Mars squaring the new moon in Virgo on August 27th. So we're already in the curb your enthusiasm period, people. This period lasts until mid-March 2023. Although Mars does go direct on January 12th, it takes time for the planet to get back to its average speed, and it makes important angles with other planets as it brings to completion what evolved under the retrograde. Mars and Mercury are in mutual reception as Mars goes retrograde. Mars in Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury in Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars retrograde is always a good time for research and preparation, but this Mars retrograde is even more so, due to the synergy with Mercury in Scorpio. And this configuration is a good counterpoint to the Mars-Neptune square occurring at the same time. If anything seems fishy, you'll have the resolute will and the resources to dig up the facts. And things will smell fishy to some people, as the Mars-Neptune square forms a configuration with Venus at 9 degrees Scorpio, a 135-90 triangle of Venus, Mars, and Neptune, with Venus at the apex of the triangle. Mars rules Scorpio, so Mars has dominion over Venus in Scorpio. If you're suspicious about matters pertaining to romantic or sexual fidelity, finances of a partner, shared investments, terms of an inheritance, or someone's financial background, this configuration suggests that you may have good reason to be. If this situation applies to you, you do well to take steps now to protect your financial assets, or put on hold plans to combine assets. Don't wait until you uncover the full truth. Fortunately, Mercury-Mars mutual reception will help you uncover the facts. Be prepared to spend several months to set things right. For with Mars retrograde in Gemini, doublespeak, and stories that don't match up, combined with deliberate obfuscation, will give you a twisted trail of evidence to unwind. When Venus opposes Uranus on November 5th and 6th, you may spot a red herring that leads you to more clues. The new moon of November 23rd at 1 degree 37 minutes Sagittarius occurs the same day that Jupiter goes direct. This will be a breath of fresh air and the beginning of release from restraints on moving forward, for transiting Saturn has just moved more than 3-degree orb out of its square to Uranus, and they will move out of that configuration completely now. Many people will feel more lighthearted on this day than they have since January 2020. Even though Mars is still retrograde, progress can now be made on plans and projects that had to be put on the back burner while you attended to heavier responsibilities. Every Sun-Mars opposition occurs while Mars is retrograde. This year, the Sun-Mars opposition aligns with the full moon on December 7th, with the moon conjunct Mars at 16 degrees Gemini. As the moon and the sun will move on to square Neptune 22 degrees Pisces over the following week, things could start smelling fishy again. Some will be scrambling to cover their tracks. They'll have to move very fast, as once Mercury goes retrograde on December 28th, Mars will be nearing its direct station, and over the following month, the pieces of the puzzle will come together, exposing those who tried to pull a fast one. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, so planets or significant points in those signs will be very affected by Mars going retrograde. On the day Mars goes retrograde, Chiron, 13 degrees Aries, is in conjunct, 150-degree angle, the South Node at 13 degrees Scorpio. This angle between Chiron and the South Node indicates a painful transition is being commenced under Mars' backward motion. Some things have left our lives, and it will become obvious that they aren't ever coming back. This realization is the secret motive behind all the chaos of this Mars retrograde. Remember, the moons of Mars are Phobos and Deimos, fear and panic, and this retrograde is stirring up dread in the hearts of many due to the South Node in Scorpio, the sign of deep secrets and psychological terror. Some people will try desperately to recover the past, pushing this realization out of their conscious minds. Mars can bring traumatic transitions, and it will do so for some people under this retrograde. And with the Saturn-Uranus square exerting its last intense grip at the same time, a conflict with authoritarian undertones could wipe away any last hope of, shall we say, going home again. As Mars returns to direct motion, there is a victory of sorts. Those who faced reality straight on and have been pushing against restrictions for almost 2 years in order to create a better future for themselves and what they believe in will be released into fresh opportunities. I hope this forecast gets you through Mars retrograde unscathed, so you can enjoy your holidays and receive more than a lump of coal in your Christmas stocking. Please subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.